Vinny Tortorich here. Hey man, if you're a fan of Izzy, you might be a fan of me too. I'm the guy that gets people to lose a lot of weight. I have something free for you guys. This is no clickbait. Just go to VinnyTortorich.com and there's a big banner. It's a free PDF, how to lose weight. It's an intro guide to NSNG at VinnyTortorich.com. Go check it out exclusively for anyone who listens to Izzy Presley. Thank you.
Replay Guitar Exchange is your premier independent guitar store. Being independent is good. With all of the major brands, including new, vintage, and pre-owned, you can find the guitar, bass, amp, or accessory you are dreaming of. From vintage to the newest models, Replay Guitar Exchange can help you find that perfect piece. They have industry veteran expert staff, all players like you down to the owner. You aren't just getting a great guitar, you're getting the Replay difference. Find them online at replayguitar.com and find your dream guitar today.
Hey ladies, Sass Pants Designs will take that rock shirt that everyone has and make it your own in a flattering, sassy, and simple way. There are one-of-a-kind tank tops, lace-up tees, and tube top dresses already in stock. Check out the online store at sasspantsdesigns.com and like Sass Pants Designs on Facebook for special offers and custom orders. That's sasspantsdesigns.com, sasspantsdesigns.com. Sass Pants will make you the envy of the party.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Yes, it is party time. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. Hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it's always good to be seen. My name is Izzy Presley, and welcome to another edition of another fucking podcast. I got Pariah from Diamonds coming up in just a couple minutes. Before she joins us, I just want... Oh, see, that good thing nobody can, I was going to ask you about that, but nobody can hear you right now, so you will correct me as soon as I bring you on. So just hold tight. And yeah, see, I'm a fucking idiot too. So anyways, make sure you check out all the social media at Real Izzy Presley on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. The Facebook page for the show is Another Effin' Podcast. Click that like button. Click that follow button, do all that kind of good stuff. Also, if you are listening live right now, make sure you hit that follow button on Spreaker, and then you can chime in and chat with us, ask questions, all that kind of stuff. We already got people joining in. I love this already. T-shirts, merch available. Just go to the Facebook page, hit that shop button, and you can buy stuff. Also, if you want to donate to the show, it is very, very easy. Izzy Presley at Yahoo is your PayPal. Just send me money. I'll send everybody the Waze directions. Me doing Waze. It's hilarious. And what do we got coming up entertainment-wise? Next week I will be in Toronto hosting the Killer Dwarfs Celebrity Golf Tournament, the Rock Against Hunger gimmick. It's going to be a lot of fun. Cannot wait to party with my favorite hosers. And Thursday night here in Hollywood, hosting the Ben Graves Memorial Show at Lucky Strike in Hollywood. It's going to be featuring some very, very, very great artists. Special reunion is happening. Alex Kane from Life, Sex, and Death is putting that bad boy on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hear myself in the background. I hear echoing.
Yes, it's because I am... Is it better now?
Oh, it's great now.
Okay, good.
All right.
Okay.
So, well, let us, why don't you, so I said your name wrong like an asshole. So what's the correct way to pronounce your name?
You're not going to be the last, that's for sure. It's Priya.
Priya.
It rolls off your tongue a lot better, doesn't it?
Yes, it really does. But, Pariah's got a ring to it. Kind of sounds like Soraya, it's got a little gimmick to it. But Priya, see, and I had your friend in my lift. And you just randomly came up because she said, I'm from Toronto, yada, yada, yada. And now that I think about it, that's how she said your name. And now I feel like a complete douchebag.
It's funny that there was literally three words mentioned. It's like Toronto, Killer Dwarfs, and it's like Priya Panda. It's all comes together. I'm just like obsessed. So it was like a 1 degree of separation.
Exactly. Well, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to get you on. I've been bugging you for how long about doing this, is because you have such a passion for 80s rock and of course, Kiss. And it's like, I knew we'd get along grandly. So it's like, I have to get her on the show. And you happen to have a kick-ass band called Diamonds, which is it your fourth record that just came out?
Yeah, it's our third full length. It's our fourth release. Came out on August 10th. And it's a completely different, it's been a while, but we're completely DIY now again. So it's a lot of fun. We kind of have put everything back into our own hands.
And
so,
wait, no. So I was looking for it on iTunes. It's not on iTunes, but it's supposed to be on iTunes.
Yeah, it's like fucked, and it'll probably get there at some point. It's just it says it's delivered, but iTunes and Apple has like a longer like service period before they accept the songs. But like,
gotcha.
Spotify accepts them right away. So check it out on Spotify, our new record.
Yeah, and I bought mine on CD Baby. You guys can get it there.
Yes.
But
thanks for supporting Izzy.
Of course. You got to support the rock and roll community. Now, I listened to the record. I really liked it, and dabbling in some of your old stuff, too. I got turned on to you guys when I was in radio back in 2012, back in Minneapolis. And I remember I randomly came across it. And of course, I showed it to my program director, and he didn't do anything with it because nobody fucking listens to me. But it seemed like the older stuff was a little bit heavier than this record.
We've kind of, if you hear all four of our records, I feel like they draw from kind of different influences and different places of where our lives were at the time. Like the first one our first EP, we were like just like snotty, like drunk kids, like just figuring it out for the first time. The next one we were just like, I just wanted to like be in Rat, so I just tried to write a Rat record to the best of my ability. It was like full on, like right down to the catchphrases, like dangerous but worth the risk and all that shit. I was like literally like copying, and it was like trick or treat, loud and nasty, like it was seriously just like drawing from our references. And then the third record, Never Wanna Die, we went through like all this crazy shit. We lost a lot of our friends during that album, like right before that album came out, and that really referenced how dark and like the album imagery and where we were coming from. And this record, it was like while we were pretty much in the writing process, I was kind of coming out on the other side of that. And and then right before, in between the album and like the album being done and the album dropping, I probably have like 10 albums worth of life that just happened. So it's like been the craziest year, and like putting this record out has been immediately, I'm just already back to writing songs because I just feel like a big relief just getting it out there. It was such a task and a half.
Well, right. Well, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty lucky to have gotten to put my song ideas to tape. It's not something that everyone, not tape, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But like record something and put out a tangible record. It's not something that everybody gets to do, but a lot of people want to do it. That's for sure.
Now, you said you guys put this one out on your own. Did you guys have a deal before?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we used to be, Never Wanna Die came out on Napalm Records.
Okay.
And it was released in the rest of the world on E1 and then in Japan as well. And we had a label there. And so now we're not with them, we're pretty, it's a bummer. Like it's a bummer for a band that's been around a long time and then finally getting some attention kind of, and we worked our asses off, I feel, but it just didn't transpire. But that doesn't mean like I don't want to keep doing music and,
right.
Hopefully get to play with more people that I look up to, which has been, probably one of the greatest parts of playing in Diamonds.
Yeah, because I obviously I follow you on Twitter, so I see you on stage and at all the shows. And it's like, God, this is just fucking great. This is just awesome.
It's crazy because the '80s stuff is so, it's not that it didn't get as big here in Canada as it was there. They had like our own bands here and stuff, like like Killer Dwarfs and stuff, but like they never. I don't know if they all played like arenas or what it was like. I think it wasn't the same hard rock like thing here. So there's like a smaller following for it now than too. And so I don't even have that many friends that are into it. I go alone like most of the time too.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. It's just people don't want to spend their Saturday nights going to see Ted Poley, and I do. So it's just priorities.
I know. I mean, why would you not want to go spend a Saturday night with Ted Poley?
I don't know. I think all my friends went to Skinner that night. So
well, okay, I'll give them that because it's fucking Leonard Skinner.
I really wanted to see 38 fucking Special, but
oh my God, have you ever seen them live?
No, I haven't.
They're
so
phenomenal.
That's why it was a good lineup, but I picked Ted Poley.
Ted
Solo
Poley.
Mission.
Oh my God, I just actually had him on a couple weeks ago. He's such a blast. I mean, I know him from the Monsters of Rock cruise every year, and it's just and his new record's really good. Have you heard that?
I have not heard the record, but I have seen him a couple times. He's performed some of the new tracks, which is actually, I took a video of it because I was really digging that chorus. So
he can write catchy shit. That's what it's all about. Do you feel like you're pigeonholed in that genre?
I feel like I have a lot of other musical interests as well that I would love to explore one day. But I mean, you kind of have to like go hard and go home with like this genre. It is what it is, like you
right.
kind of, it's there, like we have our spin on it, but we always draw from it. It's like the reason that we became a band.
Right.
Like I literally met CeCe on a tour bus in New York City, and because he was working for this band from Toronto called Death from Above, but they were on a tour with Nine Inch Nails and Queens of the Stone Age, so it was a huge tour. And I was interning at MTV at the time in New York, and so we met outside of Madison Square Garden in a tour bus, and I was like, "I've long hair, from Toronto." And I'm like, wow, I've never seen this dude before. And by the end of the night, we were like talking about Rat and like all this shit. I was like, wow, I've never like met this like scene of people and trying to even know they existed. Turned out they didn't really exist. There was just me and him, and we kind of like kind of built it up. But yeah, it's been a long crazy ride since then. But
now you guys have been together since what, 2006? Is that correct?
Pretty much, yeah. It's been a long time. I grew up in this band,
Mm-hmm.
I went from like a young adult to like an old adult in the band.
or a young adult to a little bit older young adult.
Sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, because I mean that's what this music does to us. It keeps us young. That's what I'd say.
Big time.
And you're all Toronto kids. You grew up in Toronto?
I'm a suburbanite. I grew up in like pretty close to the Rock Pile, which is like the 80s venue that you'll probably hang out with when you're here.
Right.
But yeah, it's out it's like 25 minutes out of the city, which in a city like LA it would still be LA.
Right. Yeah. Christ. I mean, yeah, that's exactly how it is. Well, depending on traffic, it could be an hour and a half and you're still in LA.
Pretty much, which is it's the same way here actually. So
really?
When I say that, we have like horrible traffic, it's like I guess it's like such a big city actually, and then they built all these condos, so the congestion's insane because there's just people descending at all times. So it's crazy out here. It's a jungle.
Yeah, well, that's, like you said, just like LA.
I'm like a city addict, though. I don't think I'm just like, I'm always trying to save Mother Nature, but for some reason I don't want to live in it, you know?
Right. Well, shit, I grew up in rural Minnesota, so that time of my life is over. Now it's the big city. That's all I want.
I feel, yeah.
When you guys started out, I mean, did you start out as a cover band like everybody else? Did you just start out and say,
No,
fuck it, we're just going to write shit?
Yeah, we started out being people who, you know, it was under the guise of a band, but like at first, of course, like every good band, you get wasted for a while together.
Yep.
And just tell people you're a band. Mm-hmm. So of course we had that phase for a bit, but it didn't last too long. We pretty much started writing our first demo like within the first few months of knowing each other.
Nice.
So it was pretty, you know, it was something that we really wanted to do. And before I actually met Cece, I'd started the band like myself. I had my two best girlfriends at the time in the band, and the bass player, Gabe Knox, who actually ended up playing on the EP and actually ended up going to grade 6 with Cece. So I was already playing in the band with him, and then I brought Cece in, and my girlfriends didn't really want to, you know, commit to doing it, which I get. It's not for everyone. But when Cece joined, he was like, oh shit, Gabe's in the band. And it was like this, like, you know, they hadn't hung out since they were like 11. So It was a fun dynamic, you know?
Right.
And eventually we found our drummer, Vasile, who is no longer with us, but he was a big fixture in like the Toronto scene. He kind of looked like Dee Dee Ramone. He's fully tattooed, but you know, unfortunately, he also like lived that lifestyle to a T.
Yeah.
But at the time, he was like a fast punk drummer, and we were fast. Like we wanted to be, you know, a glam punk band, which is what we just were. And so, we recorded it. We put out a demo that we put out, and the case was like photo paper with a cassette printed on it as like so it's like a photo, so it's shiny, like it looked like a photo, but a photo of a Rolling Stones cassette that Cece like photoshopped to look like a Diamonds cassette.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Yeah, a few people probably still have it, but we weren't very good.
Well, I mean, everybody starts somewhere. I mean, what the fuck,
yeah.
you know? Oh, man, we got some people chiming in the chat room. Jacobus, stay away from Mr. Jacobus. Any plans for some U.S. dates?
I would love to put together some U.S. dates. The thing is, we've done band tours, you know, since our inception. Mm-hmm. On our biggest touring year, we did like 120 something dates independently booked. And, you know, we love it. We still love meeting everybody and doing it. But the next step would definitely be bigger opportunities. So not saying that we're holding out for them, but they're going to be prioritized. And,
Gotcha.
You know, after like the insane shit that happened to me basically this year, I'm still like getting my footing. Literally.
Hey,
like,
no pun intended. All right.
I just went to physio today and like trying to learn how to walk. So,
what happened with your foot?
I you know, it was like one of those days where I was kind of sitting at home being like, I haven't done enough today because I'm like a annoying overdoer of everything. Like I just like work myself till I'm crazy and don't sleep enough and all those things. And so it's just like I had kind of a shitty day. Like I'm pretty sure I ordered like Domino's at 2 p.m. It was like just like fucking stoned out of my tree. And I was just like, you know, I need to go to the gym. Like I am like it kind of, and then I was like, not only am I going to the gym, I'm going to this punishing boot camp where they like yell at you with a megaphone and it's so fucking crowded you can barely even find a place to like put yourself down, you know? Uh-huh. Like one of those crazy classes, and I was just not mentally prepared for it, and I literally fell on, like I tripped on weights. Tripped on a weight at the gym, and it was like, yeah, and I'm now learning, like had crutches, I'm learning how to walk again because pretty much The Walking Dead is me. So.
Well, hey, look, this is another reason to not go to the fucking gym.
Seriously.
It's too much goddamn
Stick
work.
to yoga, hippies. It's way better.
The Diamond Dallas Page DDP yoga. That's the shit.
What is that?
Oh, it's like based on yoga, but it's got like calisthenics worked into it and a lot of dynamic resistance. So you're really not moving that much, but it kicks your ass. It is fucking amazing.
All right.
DDP yoga. It's amazing. Harold checking in. I'm just now checking out diamonds. Get the fuck out of here. Never knew about them. Pretty good. All right, Harold.
Hi, Harold.
Casey wants to know, what current band are you a fan of or like listening to?
Current band.
You're kind of like me. You're stuck. You're stuck in the past.
No, I mean, I do like some bands. Like I really like Swivel. They're from Boston, and the singer used to play in another band that I really like called Damone. So I know that they should be huge. Noelle should be like a huge rock star, and she's, I'm still holding out that she'll get there, So Swivel's really cool. Yeah, that's going to be my drop in the
All right. The Damone, that's awesome. There's my ex-roommate had this brilliant idea to take Damone from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And
wait, can I add one more band?
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
I want to add Vigil of War. I want to add Vigil of War from LA. They're awesome. Alicia is like my little sister. We played together in She Demons, and she is a fucking great band going, and I'm so proud of how much she's accomplished in such a little time. But the greatest part about it is the songs. Like they're good hard rock songs, and I can't wait to see them live. So that's I know they're playing a lot, so that'll be a chance to do that, I hope. I host that Soundcheck Live in Hollywood, and a bunch of those gals played there because it's like an all-star jam thing, and they had them come down and play. And they were really fucking good, man. Nice.
Yes. So if you're ever
a lot
out
going on down there.
Yeah, so whenever you're out here, come on down. That's all I got to say. Like,
right.
Well, this upcoming one on the 29th, the last Wednesday of this month? I don't know, math. Well, pardon me.
That's asking a lot of me right now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoned.
Exactly.
I was like, do we have to FaceTime? You're just going to watch me smoke weed for
That's all right.
minutes.
I get really nervous getting on the phone with people, and if I'm looking at somebody, it's a little bit easier for me.
Okay. I was going to say the other way around for me, I think.
Oh, really? All right. Well, as long as you're comfortable, that's all that matters. But so, yeah, this next one coming up, it's the last Wednesday of the month. I think it's the 29th. And it's for Steve Ferlazzo, plays with Avril Lavigne and Richie Sambora and all that stuff. He's the music director, and it's his birthday. And I know we've got Nuno Betancourt coming down, Doug Pinnick from King's X, a couple other ones. Last time Nuno played there, he brought, Richie Kotzen and Nancy Wilson. So that was pretty fucking cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's awesome. It's a great show.
No biggie.
No, not at all. But I was getting at Damone. My ex-roommate plays with Richie Ramone, and he had this brilliant idea to get Damone from Fast Times at Ridgemont High and have him front a Ramones tribute called the Damones.
That kind of would be good.
Yeah, it would be awesome because he's got his
There'd
vibe.
Be a lot of people there.
Yes, it would be amazing. All right, here's what we're gonna do. No, we got a little time yet. We don't have to take a break yet. Are you coming to LA soon? I heard rumblings about that.
Well, I'll be out there soon to hang out for a bit, for sure.
Okay. Probably while I'm in Toronto, right?
Actually, I'll probably be here.
Oh, nice.
I want to actually figure out if I can make it to the Killer Dwarfs thing, because you know me and Killer Dwarfs.
Right.
Yeah, they're like our national treasures. So
I love it.
I like to go check them out when I can.
That's right. Just really quick, I got to plug something about that. So it's a charity thing. It's a charity golf tournament it's Rock Against Hunger, and I am doing my contribution not only by hosting it, but I am auctioning off 3 things from my personal collection. I have it's from 2006. It's Vinnie Paul autographed Pearl postcard type thing. And then I have my autographed Ace Frehley Origins Volume 1 CD. And something that is very, very special to me, I went on a Starbucks run for George Lynch back in 2009, and I have his order. He wrote down for me, and then I had him sign it for me, too. So I'm going to put those together after the show is over.
Wow, you are way worse than I am.
Yeah, see? Thank you. Thank you very much. So after the show is over, that stuff will be up on eBay, available for auction, and all the money is going to the Killer Dwarfs Rock Against Hunger charity. So
That's amazing. I'm glad you kept all that stuff.
I keep all that shit. I can't help it. I'm a dork.
So do I, which is, I guess, leads me to the point of, like, this week I've been so crazy because in February I had a flood in the middle of the night on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's
5:30 in the morning. It was literally so scalding hot. It was like went through the drywall and caused 3 floors of water damage, and like I didn't have my glasses on, and I was just like stepped in it, like burned my feet, like it was just everything. And so I saved a lot of my stuff was preserved, but over the last few months I've been kind of like fixing up my place because it was so, like, the floors were all messed up and all this other stuff. And I just 2.5 weeks ago moved all my stuff into storage that I was keeping while I kind of fixed up stuff up here. And my storage locker flooded 3 times last week. Yeah, the whole city flooded, but I didn't think to check. I don't know. I guess I got cavalier. I'm like, twice in 1 year? No. Make it 4 times in 1 year.
It's the rule of the Munson. If you can get Munsoned, you will get Munsoned.
It's happening. It's all happening.
Oh, Bruce, thank you for reminding me. I forgot. I've got this, usually with all my in-studio guests, I have them sign an empty Jack Daniels bottle, and I have one that it's been sitting here for about a year getting signed, and that's going to have to get thrown in there too. So I know Bruce Kulick is on it. When we did the live show here in Hollywood, there's a lot of great people on that. So yes, the Jack Daniels bottle will be in there as well. Thank you very much. Oh, Jacobus, buying the album off Google Play right now. Going to crank it. Hope the neighbors like it.
Nice. Thanks, dude. Or
That's
dudette.
what I like, dude. It's Jacobus. He is kind of a dudette, but it's Jacobus. That's all I can say. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a short couple-minute break. I got a couple commercials to run. Before we go to commercials, I do want to tell you about Beater Amplification. Check these guys out. Balls out. Testicular fortitude in an amp. It is 100 watts of pure rock and roll power, 3 channels. Get that Metallica sound, get that AC/DC sound, and get that clean-ass old-school Fender sound all in one. Hand-wired tube head, 100 watts. Pull 2 tubes, and you got a 50. They are amazing. I cannot wait until my TCB1 is ready. I'm still giddy about that. I just hear the bubbling. Is that a bong, or are you smoke? What are you smoking through? She's totally ignoring me now.
So you just cut out for a second. What'd you say?
Oh, I said I heard bubbling. Is that a bong?
No, I don't use bongs.
All right. Good girl. Good girl. All right. So we're going to take just a short little break here, and we'll be right back with Priya. I got it. From Diamonds. It is another fucking podcast. Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their tees and tanks for men and women. They also make custom shirts, jackets, vests, pants, hoodies, beanies, and more. The Rockwood Graphics Department can design anything from your logo, t-shirt design, promo posters, band swag, and printed at great prices. From tour shirts and custom stage gear to killer threads for the street to the stage, Rockwood Saloon has it all. Rockwood Saloon, authentic rock and roll apparel for stage and street. World tour tested for quality, comfort, style, and durability. Check them out at www.rockwoodsaloon.com. That's rockwoodsaloon.com.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
Retro Arcade brings Minnesota and surrounding areas arcade games from the days gone by. All of those great games from pizza joints and arcades are available in cocktail units and custom machines. Dozens of favorites from your youth in one machine to complete your game room or man cave. Retro Arcade also sells and services your favorite pinball machines. Find them at facebook.com/80arcade. That's facebook.com/80arcade. Retro Arcade. Your youth is just one click away.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tom Arnold. I like fat women and cocaine. And you're listening to Izzy Presley here on another fucking podcast. And I know Izzy from Cocaine Anonymous meetings. I've actually seen him at the meetings with Ace Von Johnson from, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but Ace has got a bad coke problem. And his sponsor is Josh Todd from, and again, I shouldn't say this out loud, but Josh is his sponsor for Buck Cherry. He's addicted to upskirt porn. And they're both being sponsored by the Eagles. The whole band, the Eagles. Anyways, another fucking podcast right here with Izzy Presley, and call your sponsor. Fucking A.
Oh my God. I love that spot. I play it every week. Craig Gass made me a whole bunch of those things, and that's the one that just shines. So I have to keep playing it. Back with Priya.
I can see why you like it so much.
It's hilarious. It's
relatable.
Hilarious. Yeah, absolutely. Second half of the show brought to you by A&P Laser Productions, Laser Engraving Division. A&P Productions Laser Engraving Division, I should say. aplasers.com is the website. You need anything laser engraved, golf tees, anything. They can do it. Metal golf tees, they can do it. If it's metal, they can engrave it. Anything from a cane to a sidearm. They got you covered. aplasers.com. Oh, goodness. So, yes, back with Priya from Diamonds. Their brand new record is out. Hi. Make sure you guys pick that up on, CD Baby. It's on Spotify right now. Eventually, we'll end up on Apple, on iTunes, and all that kind of good shit. So, keep your guys' eyes out for that. Bruce, I had Craig Gass on. I got to get him back on. That's the thing. Fucking Craig was great. So, the thing that I love that I saw you post the other day, Alice Cooper and Ace Frehley just played at the Greek Theater, and you posted something like, I'm seeing all these Alice Cooper videos, but what about fucking Ace Frehley? It's like, oh my God.
I think everyone missed him because he was kind of early, right?
Oh, no, there was a lot of people there.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there, but it was great. It was Ace.
It was Ace.
It was Ace.
I saw some videos.
Yeah.
A nice person, Susie, DM'd me them.
Ah, yes.
So thank you, Susie. That was very kind of you. I watched them all.
I think I had Susie in one of my lifts a few years ago because I remember her talking about Apple Music. I remember she was blonde, and we were talking about Guns N' Roses, and I swear it's her. I swear it's her. This randomness right there. When did you get exposed to Kiss?
Actually, my best friend was so much cooler than me. When we were in middle school, she lied to her parents and went to a Kiss concert, and I was what's Kiss? Cause I'm from an Indian background. What I do is so foreign to my parents, you know, and how I grew up. So, Megan, my best friend, who is actually Diamond's first guitar player, she's pretty much been a gigantic musical influence on me. Just opened all these crazy doors, from the Misfits to just crazy, Lunatics, just everything that I eventually got into. The seeds were planted by her because she had really cool older brothers who, got her into it early. My sister's super cool too, but she was into more hip hop stuff. So it didn't, I don't know,
Right. Well, okay. How old were you?
I was 13.
Okay, you were 13. Okay, and so middle school. That how many years ago was that? What was your first impression? 'Cause I was 4 when I got my first Kiss record.
Well, I obviously thought they were really cool because when I got my first job a year later, it was like the first CD I bought really with my own money that I made with my first paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a double platinum CD, you
Nice.
know? And so it was like that was my first intro, which of course is a great intro.
Right.
It's kind of a cross section. So yeah, it's just, you know, and then the next one I got was Alive 3.
Nice.
So it's just, you know, it's, I think you can tell a lot by what like a live record somebody got first.
Yeah.
You know, in their lives, it shapes them the most. I think it
Right.
speaks volumes. That was my first. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember the hours I spent in my room cranking Alive 1 and playing along with it. Just the rhythm parts, because I can't fucking play leads. You know, just playing the rhythm parts and, you know, just doing it. It changed my life.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's pretty much been a growing obsession ever since.
Uh-huh.
So like, it's like every year I become more and more interested in it
Right.
somehow, you know, as opposed to like, I don't know, because when it was like my first real introduction to seeing people being really into stuff, I was like always super into, like, I was like already when I was younger, I was like already super into like cartoons. And then I got really obsessed with the Beatles. Like I was just every book, every tape, going to the library, like taking out CDs and like recording them onto tape. Cause we had like this big boom box that was like my parents, like one of the first things they bought when they came, you know, to Canada. So it was like it was like we had it for so many years and I would like use it to dub CDs from the library. That was like my big thing until I got a job. And then I just spent all my money on CDs and concerts. Really nothing has changed.
Right, exactly. I'm pretty much the same way. Oh, Casey wants to know, what's your favorite Kiss album?
Rock and Roll Over. I usually like a lot.
Excellent choice.
And yeah, and I was saying the other day that I was really into Dynasty again. I don't know. It switches a lot.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I usually have it narrowed down to Hotter Than Hell, but then depending on the day, it just kind of fluctuates.
Like it's a mood thing because you of course know all the songs, so.
Right, exactly, exactly. Well, it's funny because I do mornings on the Monsters of Rock on Dash Radio. Harlan's told me to say what's up, by the way. And
hello.
It's like, oh my God, you got my girl coming on. I'm like, yeah, she's coming on.
We just met actually for the first time.
Oh, really?
In London, Ontario, which is like an hour and a half, 2 hours from here.
Okay.
And there was a rock convention, and I fucking met Peter Criss. Like it was amazing. So Harlan came down. I think he was talking to Dee, who was another guest there, Dee Snider. And so it was a little cool convention in like, you know, like a pretty small city, but this one for me, like dorked out hard as always.
So like a couple weeks ago, I took one day and I counted down the Kiss non-makeup records in order, and in my order from worst to first. And I got to ask you, if you had to put those records in order, how would you put them? Do you want me to do my list first while you're thinking?
I am thinking, but what was your list? What was your list?
Number 7 was Carnival of Souls, because I really don't consider that a Kiss record because it's grunge, and Kiss just isn't grunge. You know, it was just, Kiss is about the party, about the pussy, about the fun, and it was just such a dark, weird record. So that was at number 7 for me. Number 6 was Hot in the Shade because it's just too damn long. Too much filler. If it was about 10, 11 songs, it would have been a good record. Number 5, I had Lick It Up because the song Lick It Up, in my mind, is a flaming pile of hot garbage.
No, it's not.
It's cheesy. But I do like the live version on Alive 3. I enjoy that version.
That's the first time I heard that song.
Yeah. See, the studio version is just like, I can't. I just can't. All right, so that was number 5. At number 4, I had Revenge, which I think is the most overrated Kiss record. As great as it is.
I love it. I was going to maybe put it at number 1.
Yeah, see, but it's common, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's the beauty about these things. It's everybody's opinion. It's like you had probably the strongest non-makeup song in Unholy, and another super strong song with Domino. I thought I Just Wanna was just a cheesy Summertime Blues ripoff. The fucking God Gave Rock and Roll to You should have stayed on the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey soundtrack. I just think it's too revered, and I just don't think it's as good. So number 3, I had Animalize.
That's a good choice. I was gonna probably that's on the list.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, I had. Oh, wait. So what's left? Wait. Number 3 was Animalize. Number 2 was Crazy Nights. As polished and as poppy as it is, it's a great record. And number 1,
I like it too.
And number 1, Asylum.
Number 1 is Asylum. That's not a bad choice. I don't know if I'd put. I don't know. I've never even thought of it like this because I'm just like, I do dork out, but I just like it all. I'm like a blanket. I like them. Like I like the Beatles, which is like uniformly like they've done no wrong. Even,
yeah. I'm the same way, but I have to get super dorky sometimes. I can't help it.
You should you should have next on if you just want to talk straight Kiss, nonstop Kiss, you should have DK, my guitar player, on this on your podcast. He is a host at Banger Films, which is like that big metal. They did like a Metal Evolution and all those like big documentaries, like the ZZ Top one.
Oh, wow!
That Iron Maiden Flight, and he interviews like Zakk Wylde and like.
Oh, wow!
Like just like all these like really cool, like it's cool for him because he's just like he's like us. He's like a huge music fan who basically through like playing music got to like meet all his dudes, and he really freaks out over it too. So
wow, so he's that guy.
He's that guy. Like at that Rockin' convention thing that we did, the Rockin' Con that we did in London, I was talking about. He did all the Kiss panel interviews. Like he interviewed Ken Kelly, the artist who did Destroyer or Love Gun and Destroyer, and he the other there was a photographer, but he didn't show up. He didn't make it across the border, but he was supposed to do all the panels. So yeah, he's the guy. He'll nerd it down with you hard too.
I'm fucking game for that. I mean, it's gonna turn into a 3 sides of the coin episode, and I'm okay with it.
He just went on a Kiss podcast that I think was like a 3-hour long discussion.
Oh wow! Do you know which one? It wasn't 3 sides.
It wasn't that. I don't know. It was not 3 sides of the coin. It was like it was like some like I think it was like a kid from Pennsylvania or something. But it was apparently, he had a lot of fun.
Well, yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, please do. But
it actually didn't.
How many other bands can you think of where it's like there's multiple podcasts talking about this band? It's just unbelievable. We're dorks.
It's like we played on the Kiss Cruise one year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was fucking like amazing. Like, like Eric Singer is fucking taking selfies with you. You know what I mean? You're
right.
Like just like you can't even be cool. Like I couldn't even be cool. I was like a dork. But like there was a band on the cruise, and he turned around during the song, and I was like, I knew I was standing like kind of like perpendicular to him or something, and he kind of like turns to me and he's like, "Do you know what this song is?" I'm like, because it was a cover band. I was like, "Yeah, it's 'Cause I Love You" by Slade. He's like, "Oh." And I was like, fuck, imagine I didn't know. I would have felt so
right.
But I was like, yeah, random one that I did know. It's like a glitter rock song that I like.
What year were you on there?
It was the 2014.
Okay. Who else? What other bands were on there that year?
It was Cheap Trick did the
Nice.
Sail Away party. I know, I love them. And then Robin Sanders sailed with us.
Nice.
And yeah, it was Pat Travers.
Oh, kick ass.
And it was a lot of, they had a like the same similar thing that they're doing this year, which is like a kind of like the people on who have booked to cruise, I believe, can vote for you to if they want you to be on. But now I think it's an open vote, so it's not as like, I think you can get your friends to vote for you and stuff. But during
nice.
our year, it was like the cruisers who voted, so we were pretty, it was cool. We had a lot of people who wanted us there, so they came out to see us, which is, it's a big competition.
Yeah.
But I was like being a huge dick because like I skipped sound check one of the times because the Kiss Cruise is funny because they play a number of times and
Yeah.
it's known that they kind of play different set lists and stuff, but only half the boat can go at a time because the theaters
Right.
aren't big enough to like accommodate everyone. And so it's such a scramble and people like bring their wives and kids, but the wives and kids don't want to go to the shows, so they're just like at the buffet or whatever, and then the husbands can like sell them to their friends, and like it's just like weird. Or I'm sure it's vice versa too, wives and are selling them on their husbands who are just there because of them too, but you know what I
Right.
mean.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's such a thing. So I was able to get into both indoor shows
nice.
because I like Doc McGee was just he took he thought our band was cool, and I was like, this is so fucking cool, like, oh my god, like, so yeah, I skipped sound check one of the times so I didn't
Because you were watching Kiss.
yeah,
Oops.
which is cool on the
Right.
Kiss Cruise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, I do all these cruises, on the Monsters of Rock cruise, and we do the Cruise of the Edge, which is Yes, and all the prog
Right.
bands, and Moody Blues
I
cruise.
need to go on the Monsters of Rock cruise. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, it's the rainbow at sea. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I do a cruiser jam on there every year. We host karaoke. We just do this whole thing. So I'm working on them. And I like to call myself a quote unquote host. I'm not as cool as Eddie Trunk, but I'm there and I'm hosting shit. So I'm calling myself a host. God damn it. But yeah, dude,
You're
it's
a
awesome.
host. I mean, that's hosting, isn't it?
It is.
Really?
It is. But I mean, like the best part about our karaoke show, it's the late night drunk fest. And, we do like a gong show competition, and like gong show rules apply at all times. And we're just dicks to people. And it's fun. All in good fun, of course. We're not intentionally being assholes. We're just fucking
Well, I
with people.
feel like the Monsters of Rock cruise would be like a massive jamboree. The Kiss Cruise was like, a mix of people who were lined up for merch 24 hours a day in Gene Simmons outfit, as well as people with like buckets of Bud Light, So it was like a mix. But dude, I feel like I went on one of the earliest cruises, like before Monsters of Rock, before all this shit. I went on the Motley Cruise.
Oh,
It
really?
was Vince Neil, Rat, Slaughter, and Ever After, Lynam. Like it was like early, and it was Vince
Wow.
Neil only. But it was called the Motley Cruise.
My brothers, Michael Grant.
And Skid Row.
Oh, yes, and Skid Row.
Yeah, so it was all four of those bands, and then just Lynam and Ever After. That's it. Like there was no 63 bands. There was
Right.
no bands bands that were competing for slots and stuff. It was just you kind of, if you wanted the entertainment, you kind of caught all the bands, and it was awesome. And so that cruise was so crazy. Only half the cruise was sold to the Motley Cruise. The other half of it was sold to a family divorced lawyers convention.
Oh my
so it was a bunch
God.
of divorce court lawyers having a business conference. That was the other fucking half of the cruise that we were on.
Wow.
And let me tell you, the guy, of course, that I met at the airport, who I befriended because he's like insane. First night he gets on the cruise, he gets so wasted, he shatters like a massive piece of glass, like on the like pool deck somehow, like a big massive window or something, and gets like kicked off. I'm like,
Wow.
of course I get like that's how crazy drunk the people were on the cruise, though. It was just so fun.
Yeah, that like sounds about like the Monsters of Rock cruise.
Yeah,
except we don't break shit.
Except for the lawyers.
Right. Well, actually, we had when we did Def Leppard, it was half the boat. So it's like you had all these people like in leather and the hair teased up to the moon. You know, it's like Def Leppard and Eric Martin from Mr. Big and Richie Kotzen and Last in Line. God, I can't remember who else was on there. But you know these rock people. Then all of a sudden you'd see these families dressed to the nines. You know, going to dinner.
It's funny because there's a crossover and you talk to like, you know, the other half, and they're just like they're having to watch like the Funky Chicken like bullshit on the deck. Like they don't have access to all the shows, and they're by the end they're just like, fuck, like we got the raw end of the stick here. Like we have to like watch all these like, you know, regular cruise entertainment stuff with like kids games and all that kind of you know, it's like a different vibe. And we're like going to rock concerts every night. Like,
well, I remember on the Def Leppard cruise, myself and my buddy Brian Ott, that we do the karaoke together, and we walked into their karaoke, and it's like, oh my God, I'm so glad we don't have to do this, because it was just bad. It was just bad. Oh,
it's just dry. I mean, I can see on the other end of things like how cruises, like in general, can be a little confining, but like
yep,
yeah, like I think we wanted to go on a cruise for my grandma's 90th birthday, and I was like, wow, can you imagine that kind of a cruise?
No. The first cruise I was ever on was the very first Monsters of Rock cruise, and I knew it's like I could never go on a regular cruise after this. There's just no way. Then especially after the Def Leppard cruise, seeing the other half of it, it's like no, not gonna happen. But
how am I going to get on the Monsters of Rock cruise?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't
Put
know.
in a good word for me. You're a host.
I know. I'll do my best for you.
Cool. That's all I ask.
Hey, I take care of my friends. What can I say? But like, yeah, the one thing that did happen with Def Leppard is there's a lot of people they were just on there for the cruise. They had no idea what was going on the rock side of it, and there's like a few people that actually bought onto Monsters of Rock while they were on the Def Leppard cruise, not on the Def Leppard cruise.
Just knowing that it existed.
Yeah, they had no clue. They had absolutely no clue. Oh my God. Oh, guys, you're so sweet. Bruce says, Izzy. Oh no, Scotty from Canada says Izzy is the host to me. Aw, so sweet. Oh my goodness. Oh, Izzy's got the best shows on the ship. Thank you, Harold. You're making me blush. What can I say? What else?
Fans.
I got some fans. I got a couple
Nice.
fans. Yeah. I'll take them when I can get them. What can I say? What else?
Can I would like to address, well, now that I have a platform to
Please.
do so, that I spent the day today signing 450 items.
Oh.
And we're delayed on sending out our record, and I mean, there's been a shitload of hiccups, so it's done, and we just need to put the packages together, which is happening tomorrow, and they'll be out soon. So records and CDs in the mail.
Oh, that's right, because you guys had a small run of vinyl that you did, and those sold out very, very fast.
Mm-hmm. The vinyl sold out in 10 hours, and then the CDs sold out in 8 hours. We weren't even going to do the CDs, just because I don't know. I'm like a record person. Like, it's just my obsession.
And you didn't want to
maybe I was being a bit snobby. I don't know, but
and
I wasn't trying to be.
You didn't want to get stuck with like boxes of CDs.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing, but it's
Right,
actually,
no, I'm
we
kidding.
have a lot of vinyl because we never even bother like reordering CDs. Like the CDs, I guess people kind of order online, and then we have them at shows. But from like when I'm shipping out stuff to people on my own, if people contact me, I'm normally like get the CD from them, but I have tons of records, on me. So
Nice. Oh, Frank Potvin checking in from Toronto. Yeah.
Hi, Frank.
Get diamonds on there. I've tried before.
Oh, I know. He really has. He's put in a good word for us. Thanks. We love you. And I have his childhood Metallica shirt. So
Really?
thank you for that. Yes. I have a massive vintage T-shirt collection.
Nice.
And it's like another big collection / hoard of mine. But a lot of them come from like fans and like people who are like, I don't fit this anymore, and I know you would wear it, and I do, like, I cherish that shit. So like I have people's like, you know, oh, this is my first time I saw Saxon in London. I'm like, okay, thank you. Like, oh my gosh, like trying not to piss myself, you know.
Right.
But
when you're thinking in the back of your head, you're thinking, okay, now if you would have put this on eBay instead of giving this to me, you could have got probably $100 for it.
More than,
it's
but
insane.
It's not even about the money.
Well, no,
It's
no,
almost
I know.
The fact that they would give me their memory like that. Like,
oh no,
that's,
no,
like,
I
the
get it.
thing that, you know,
I get it.
So like the biggest memory I think I have in T-shirt form, which I've posted about before, is like this original rock and roll high school Ramones T-shirt that belonged to Ed Stasium, who produced the record, pretty much. So it was like hand printed for him by Arturo Vega, who did like pretty much all the Ramones stuff made until he died. And I came to know Ed because of the band that I was in called She Demons with Alicia, I was talking about before, from Vigil of War. And I recorded, and I ended up recording all my vocals with him, and we're just like super tight. And he kind of gifted me a lot of like his really cool, like Ramones, Hey Ho, Let's Go patch. He produced a Plasmatics record, New Hope for the Wretched. So he gave me a patch from that. Like, it's just really cool. I know, and it's all his stuff. Like, it's his personal. It's like stuff that, you know, built his career too. So it's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like you're giving me this. Like,
wow.
You know what I mean?
That shit's priceless. It's absolutely priceless.
There's no money but value you could put on it. And I'm really glad I brought that tug to my parents' house as opposed to my storage locker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right. Well,
it's all good vibes.
It's funny. We're talking about, you know, these vintage shirts, and my first concert was the Monsters of Rock tour in 1988. Van Halen, Scorpions, Dokken, Metallica, Kingdom Come, Metronome, Minneapolis. $25. My mom waited in line to get our tickets. I was a freshman in high school when those tickets went on sale. And
$25. That almost sounds expensive for that.
Well, it was, but it was a 9-hour festival show. You know?
Oh, man. I mean, we have the flag in our jam space, so I mean, it's practically the same thing.
But I don't have my shirts from that show anymore. I remember I bought two or three shirts. I bought 3. I bought the Van Halen OU812 shirt because that was that tour. I bought the Monsters of Rock shirt, and I bought a Dokken shirt. But, you know, even if I still had them, fucking, you know, freshman in high school, I was probably 5'7", maybe weighed $120. They wouldn't fit me anymore. But now, through the Monsters of Rock radio network, if you go to themonstersofrock.com, we have reproductions of the Monsters of Rock tour shirts from 1988. You can get them on there like $35. They're fucking killer.
Nice.
And that's not just for you. That's for everybody out there listening. So go to themonstersofrock.com, hit that shop button, buy that Monsters of Rock vintage t-shirt. It's awesome. And only $35. Oh, Harold checking in again. I just found you on the Metal Michael Jackson tribute. Tell me about that.
I was just contacted by Cleopatra Records, and they asked me if I wanted to do vocals on it, and so I did. Like, I sang Beat It, and
Nice.
I guess the guitar player is Bumblefoot. So
Oh,
I mean,
Bumble.
I've never met him, but
Oh, he's a great dude.
They put it all together. They surgerized it all together, and it's I believe it's on Spotify. Somebody told me.
Nice. Yeah.
So check her out.
You would I just heard the Canadian in you right there in the out.
Oh yeah, eh?
Oh yeah. I also heard it in the Process before.
Yes. I've been
Process.
called out by Americans a lot. They're like, is
Yeah,
it
well.
Process or Process?
Well, look, I'm from
know.
I'm from Minnesota, which is basically South Canada, anyways. And I say like offense and hockey. You know, it just comes out. Minnesota. Oh yeah. Oh, Bruce says I got an '87 Whitesnake concert T-shirt that's looking that looking ago used to fit me. That looking ago used to fit me. Nice English there, Bruce.
I
Nice
hope
job.
it fits you again soon, but if it doesn't, hi.
And no, you cannot have my Kiss Hot in the Shade t-shirts.
No?
No.
DK has one. I have
Nice.
Animalize. I got
Actually, I have a
I got a
crazy.
few. I don't have a good, like, I don't have a real, like, proper. Oh, no, that's a lie. I just got that Destroyer one that I posted.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you guys follow her on Instagram, she always posts pictures of her in those shirts. It's like Jesus Christ. It's amazing
yeah.
the shirts that you have. Yeah, Harold says it's on Amazon, so you can get that.
And I got that from, what's on Amazon?
The Michael Jackson thing.
Oh, right, that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Yes. Anyways, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You got that? What?
I got that from a fan too. Ron, what's up, Ron Sato? He might be listening, or he might be at the X, which is the like a, I don't know, like a fair where they have like a band shell and there's bands
cool.
and stuff. Yeah, and they have carnival rides, and it's only like at the tail end of summer. I guess they do that. So it's the tail end of summer already.
I know. But see, that's the beauty thing about LA. It's always summer here.
Not here.
I know.
It just became summer here.
Oh, really?
It's already going to be, to me. Like
Right.
I have I can go, really, it could go as hot as, I'm never hot, basically. So I'm currently wearing, long sleeves and long pants still. So I'm still waiting for it to get super hot, but I'm crazy that way. Like, I can't do air conditioning.
Oh my God.
Blankets.
I'm the exact same way. The exact same way. If you're like, well, why don't you? I'm like, have you ever felt 70 below zero? Just give me the hot. The hotter, the gooder.
I know. Once you've lived in it too, there's no charms to it,
Nope.
But some people just friggin' my dad swears by it, and it's crazy to me because he grew up in friggin' India. Like, it's just like, what?
Right?
But
oh, that's insane. All right, so listen, we're a little bit over an hour here. I don't want to keep you too long, so I got shit I got to do as well.
my sister's here waiting for me, actually.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry for keeping you so long.
No, that's cool. She's
feel like
always down to support. And
I feel like I can talk to you for hours.
Well, I feel the same way. Izzy.
Oh,
call me anytime.
Well, when you get to LA, we're gonna have to have some mozzarella squares over at the fucking Rainbow.
Oh, the only reason I could never. That's pretty much my favorite food. When I was on tour, it would be some veg. So it's hard.
Yeah.
Cheese is my weakness, and mozzarella. Rainbow is the best in the world. It's also in the sauce, the dip. It's the combo.
But actually, you know what I like better than those? I love deep fried cheese curds. Oh God, from the State Fair. Sorry, I'm getting a food.
You like the squeak, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, we have poutine here, so
yes, you do.
I mean, it's not as great in Ontario.
That's one of the things I'm very excited about is eating poutine in Canada.
I mean, I like it, but it's definitely overrated, dude. It's just fries with gravy on it with cheese curds.
I've had it. I mean, there's a place.
I know, but people love it. It's like our quote unquote national dish in some ways, and I'm like,
right.
I'd rather take mac and cheese like Kraft Dinner as our national dish. I prefer it more.
The Kraft mac and cheese has got such a childhood memory for me. That it's that's my go-to. I don't care about this fancy shit. Just give me the Kraft stuff. It's simple and it's perfect and it's my childhood.
And when I first moved out when I was 17, it was just like, oh, I don't have milk. Oh, I don't have butter. Oh, I just had more water. And
Yep. All right. So you were 17 when you moved out. How many years ago was that?
A couple. A few.
Damn it. Oh, trying to get it out of you. It's all good.
But,
I'm just giving you a hard time. So
it was a big learning curve moving out when you're that drunk years to follow.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. So I'm gonna let you go so you can get with your sister and go do your stuff. People want to find you online.
Yes, come find me online and let's chat about whatever. Tora and Vane. Let's talk about Vane.
Fuck yeah. Actually, I just had Anthony from Tora on the show a couple months ago.
So, I really like him and them.
I've
never
great
seen them
guy.
live, but
I saw them live in the 90s. It was the Warrant Dog Eat Dog tour, and they came through St. Cloud, and it was Warrant Lynch Mob on the second record with Robert Mason and Tora, and that was on their that was on the Wild America record.
Wow.
It was fucking awesome. And they just Tora was on the Monsters of Rock cruise 2 years ago, and God, they just fucking slayed. And they're back this year. I'm so excited.
They're back this time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've been following. So's Vane. Like, it's already.
Yeah.
They don't need any more bands for me. That's enough for me to set sail. Those two.
Well, then, but you missed it last year when my Ace Frehley. I have an Ace Frehley tribute band that played.
I've seen that you've posted about them.
Yes,
and you would like me to maybe lend some backup skills or whatever.
To speed back to my baby. Speed it back. Fuck yeah. All right. Well, dude, thank you so much. I'm glad to actually talk to you for once instead of just bugging you online.
Well, bugging no more.
Yay.
It wasn't bugging before anyways.
I know. I feel like I can get annoying sometimes, though.
I can too. I'm just like posting hair metal things and like crises. It's one or the other with me this year. But yeah, everything's coming up. Everything's getting better all the time.
That's awesome. Oh, Gunter checked in. I just saw that pinball patch on Instagram. Sweet.
Yeah, it's another one of my dorky obsessions. I'm a huge pinball nerd. That's your one way of getting kind of like some alone time sometimes on tour. Like I have like these apps and like you kind of route it from where you are. And I'm like, how far is the closest machine? Cause all the nerds, we submit where there's machines and like bars. And it's like literally goes from like Germany, Spain, Austria, like in everywhere I went, this app was working. I'm like, this is amazing.
That's
and
cool.
yeah, we pinball all over the world. I've been to I've seen some cool machines and played some silver ball. Let me tell you that much. But before they ask me what my favorite machine is, it's really hard. It's really hard for me to pick. But maybe I'm just gonna answer it before it gets asked. But I'm gonna go with like Addams Family, where like it's so hard. The second edition Playboy or Monster Bash, because it's like this rock and roll. It's like all the classic monsters, and they go on this world tour, and all the like festivals are puns of like all the festivals we know. It's pretty cool, like Monsters of Rock. you know?
Right. There should be a Monsters of Rock pinball machine. Larry Morand, if you are listening, a Monsters of Rock pinball machine. I love the idea. I love
that idea too.
Bruce checking in. That's half my Twitter feed between Izzy and Priya. That's hilarious. All right, well, I'm going to let you go so you can go do your shit. Everybody go buy the new Diamonds record. Get it on CD Baby. It's on Spotify. Eventually, it'll be on iTunes. Priya, thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. I'll send you the link, and you can share it and do all that kind of good stuff. And keep in touch. And hopefully we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.
All right. Take care. Priya from Diamonds. Fun show. Wow. I could literally talk to her for hours. I really, really could. All right. Next week, you know how it rolls. I have no fucking idea what is going on, and you'll find out when I do. Make sure you do check out Monsters of Rock on Dash Radio. Here, let me hit the outro music here. Check out the Monsters of Rock on Dash Radio. It is a free app, a free satellite radio service. I do mornings, 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. California time. You can hear it all over the world. It is a fucking amazing channel. Tomorrow night, I will be in Hollywood at the Ben Graves Memorial Show. It's going to be amazing. Lucky Strike, no cover. Get down there early because they're expecting a sellout. Yes, the auctions, Casey, will be going up as soon as I am done. The Jack Daniels bottle, the autographed Vinnie Paul postcard, the autographed Ace Frehley CD, and the autographed George Lynch Starbucks order. He talks about tea bags. Make sure you hit up all the social media at Real Izzy Presley on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The Facebook page for the show is Another Effing Podcast. Hit that shop button, buy t-shirts, donate to the show because I am poor. IzzyPresley at yahoo.com is your PayPal. No, seriously, donate to the show. I'm poor. And please support all the sponsors. Can't do it without them, and I can't do it without you guys. Please share the show and buy the new Diamonds records. We'll see you next week in Toronto. We will see you next week. It's Another Fucking Podcast. Don't forget, what I lack in talent, I make up for in cock.